Welcome to episode 19 of the Australian Jazz Museum's Pianist podcast. I'm Ian Rutherford. Whilst you're probably listening to this in July 2026, I'm actually recording it in January 2026, having just come back from a couple of weeks away, most of which I spent with a cough and didn't do any of this because I thought no one needs to hear my croaky voice. So if it's still a little bit croaky, please bear with me. I'm wanting to get back onto these because I've got a lot of things that need to be done this year, and I need the podcasts to continue because everybody seems to like them. I'll talk a little more about the challenges with this particular podcast, which started last year in my terms, towards the end of 2025. And the time I had off over Christmas, New Year allowed me to think through one particular issue which I think I've resolved satisfactorily. At least I'm happy with it, and that I'll talk about that when I get to track 5. But for the moment, let's continue in the regular order. Our first pianist for today is Randall Muir. Randall appeared with 9 other pianists on an album recorded in Tasmania in 1998 called 9 Piano Men and a Lady. And I picked the track Stella by Starlight because I particularly like it, and I wasn't disappointed when I heard Randall's performance. So it's a solo performance by Randall of the classic. My second pianist for episode 19 is Herbie Marks. Herbie Marks was born in Rooty Hill, Sydney, 1923, learned piano accordion at an early age, and allegedly died on stage in 1980 playing boogie-woogie piano. The performance here is on a release called Here Come the Boogie Man with Herbie Marks, and subtitled The Powerhouse Piano of Herbie Marks. I can hear drums, I might be able to hear bass as well. Neither are named, so we'll just enjoy Herbie and his Boogie Man. Track 3, I've got Felix Blatt. Now, I've got a number of ways of discovering who the piano players are, and this one I think is word of mouth. Somebody said, well, Felix Blatt played with the Red Onions, why don't you get something from him? So I have. This is a Red Onions recording from 1974. It's recorded in Melbourne. The album's called Live at La Brochette. The track's I Got Rhythm. And to perform it for us, we have Brett Eagleton on trumpet and alto sax, Bill Howard on trombone and vocals, Dick Miller on clarinet and tenor sax, Felix Blatt on piano, John Scurry on banjo and guitar, Conrad Joyce on string bass, and Alan Brown on drums and vocals. I hope you enjoy it.
Rhythm, I've got music, I've got my gal who could ask for anything more. I've got rhythm, you've got music, we've got my gal who could ask for anything more. Oh man troubles, he don't find me, he comes round knocking on my door, on my door. I've got rhythm, I've got music, got my gal who could ask for anything more, who could ask for anything more.
Our fourth pianist today is James Bowers. James has recorded an album in Tokyo in 2020. We have it on a digital release from Ear Shift record label. The album's called My Trio Album, and I think almost all of the songs on the album are written by James, including this one, Groovy Spooky. With James, we have drummer Shun Ishiwaka and double bassist Marty Holubek. The final track is by a pianist I associate with progressive rock in Australia, and this is an example of where the trends of the time and the musicians got together and produced some interesting music. This is a recording of a rock mass for love performed live at St George's Cathedral in Perth with the Dean of Perth, John Hazelwood, a rock band Bakery, and a jazz ensemble recorded live in the presence of nearly 6,000 people. Now, some of the challenges with this, firstly, the music is different, and I've been thinking over the break about a couple of things, just to try and work out how to present this music in a way that made sense of the time. So, just before the new year, we went and saw a live performance of Hair. I missed the first one. I was a bit young, but I'd seen it 40 years ago, I think, in the 80s, and I really enjoyed the band. And you know, it was, in a sense, 1970 all over again, even though it wasn't really my 1970. I was a bit younger than that. But you could see the mood of the times. We'd also been big fans of the Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice musical Jesus Christ Superstar. So a bit of that bookending my thinking, and some judicious selection of the music, as well as a big introduction to set all of the parameters for your expectations. And I've picked a track. This one's called The Lord's Prayer, and I've left a little bit of John Hazelwood in there talking just to set the scene. It's a rock mass. One of the complications was the pianist Rex Bullen, who is part of Bakery, is credited with organ and electric piano. And there's also an electric piano contribution from the jazz ensemble by Bill Gumbleton. So if you hear organ, which I had previously said I'll exclude, but I've left it in just to make my life easy, that's Rex. And if you hear electric piano, it could be Rex or it could be Bill. Bakery are made up of Peter Walker on guitar, Tom Davidson on vocals and guitar, Eddie MacDonald on string bass, Hank Davis on drums and vocals, plus Rex, and the jazz ensemble is Bruce Devenish on drums, Lionel Harris on baritone and tenor sax, flute, clarinet, Tony Ashford on soprano sax and alto sax, Des Kirk on trumpet, and Bill on piano. So I've given you a very short snippet of that. There's a good recording of it on Spotify and probably other streaming if you want to enjoy the full experience. But this is a taste of prog rock meets the church meets jazz, and enjoy it.
In the centre and pivot of the universe. From and through him you have sent out to all men your spirit, so that all might be kept alive for always.
It's Saturday morning and I just seem to have found a window between the whippersnippers and the blowers and the mowing machine. Hopefully that's not in the background, but an eclectic selection of music, you'll agree, and I look forward to doing episode 20. See you again.